Morning all. I was really impressed with Bomb's play yesterday, but I look on his history today and he reached his peak rating actually yesterday after beating Garbaranza. So he reached 2457 and then he collapsed. His rating slowly coming down with these losses, all the way down from 2457 and now starting to lose to even a 2067. A 2067. So let's see, just at his peak though, he'd beaten Fernandez, and let's have a look at that game in the Sicilian defence just before Bomb's peak rating of 2457. This is D Fernandez. If you do rank D Fernandez 5 minutes auto pairing, you'll see that D Fernandez at 2599 is actually 7th, equal I think, ranking on that. So who is D Fernandez? I think he's an IM. Let's just check his finger notes. So D Fernandez, he's quite a good player. Bullets 2369, Blitz 3149, 5 minutes 2599, and he's been up to 2776 actually. So I believe he might have been at the top of the 5 minute auto pairing. So Daniel Fernandez, USA Texas, IMS Peru. Okay, let's have a look at the game yesterday at the peak of Bomb's powers. Okay, let's continue our look at Bomb. Well, one more on Bomb, the rise and fall of Bomb yesterday, because what I witnessed is a one-off, I think, because today Bomb's lost a load of games and he's back down to about 2200. But at his peak, just 2 games, the second from last game, he was playing against D Fernandez as white. And how did this go? E4 and D Fernandez, he played the Sicilian defence. Let's add Akabixa actually, and then Houdini. Okay, so I'll try and make sure you can see the analysis lines. I think a bit further up you can see 3 lines of analysis, I hope. So knight f3, okay, after e6, opening the centre, yep, standard Sicilian stuff. Knight c3, d6, and now the Keres attack is chosen. G4, after h6, a quick g5. I'm not even sure if this is theoretical, but it seemed very effective in this game, just to play g5 immediately, not minding black get semi-open h-file pressure. So after hg, bishop takes g5. Okay, there's an annoying pin, but you wouldn't have thought this pin is that significant. Maybe you'd think black's semi-open h-file is not worth it, because it doesn't seem as though g5 might not be the most common move actually. I'm not sure. So but here the pin is broken anyway pretty soon when the black queen moves away. But first knight c6, putting some pressure on d4, queen d2, and the pin is broken. Queen b6, putting more pressure on d4. Okay, now knight b3. Okay, top Houdini move. It's a logical move. Just retreat the knight, move it there, not anywhere else, like f3. Okay, so knight b3, because you want to also protect the b2 pawn. Okay, nothing special at all so far. Knight e5. Okay, another move, bishop e2, which carries with it seems some venom actually after this next move, which appears to be, believe it or not, a major blunder. Bishop e7, and white's advantage is starting to go up after castling slightly. A tiny, not a major blunder, okay, a significant blunder, 0.15, and you might wonder why. Okay, after a6, but now we start to see a tactical reason. White now plays f4, which is one of the stronger moves here, the second strongest. So it's coming up the strongest, okay, but now it's the second strongest. So f4, and now you'll see that Fernandez's next move was quite risky, because it gives white 1.20, and you might think, what is going on here? What's black's problem in this position? There is a subtle problem now, because this new pin was on the bishop on e7, and the black king hasn't yet castled. And what we get here is black going splat actually quite quickly, believe it or not, from this position. After the move knight eg4 is played, white forcibly gets a huge advantage. See this shooting up to 1.66. White takes on g4. Now I know some of you will say, well, I saw some of these moves. Yes, you can. You can see some of Kasparov's moves, but it's the whole combination which makes it really, really impressive to see the whole set of moves working together perfectly, in perfect harmony, the perfect jigsaw. Because what is happening after bishop takes g4? White is giving up the light square bishop. For what? Because it seems that d6 is weak. But you might think d6 is weak. It's protected by the queen and the bishop. Why is d6 weak? Well, after the knight takes g4, bishop takes e7, and you might think, well, the king's now defending d6 as well. So what's the problem? The problem is h3 now, and it seems very dangerous for black, this position. And black makes the position even worse now by using this temptation to fork the rooks. So knight f2 was played, but the knight on f2 is actually only protected by the queen, and now we see some pyrotechnics. Now I guess you will say that you can spot these moves. I suppose you could, but this is in the context of a 5-minute game. First the queen is attacked, and the queen can't leave d6, so it goes to c6, attacking the knight on a4. Okay, and you might think, well, okay, white might be tempted then to take on f2, and then queen takes a4, and maybe black's going to, get a reasonable game. If, he's got the queen away from the d file temporarily, he can look forward to maybe, threatening a2 to gain a bit of time for rook d8 and then unravel. But no such time is given. He's now knight a5, hitting the queen again. And queen c7, one of the only moves to try and keep material balance. Queen f2, queen a5. Okay, so queen takes f2, queen takes a5. But now another problem is revealed rather brutally, that knight b6 just happens to be completely winning. It's attacking the rook, but after rook b8 now comes the stunner. If I give you 10 seconds, can you spot it? 10 seconds starting from now. Okay, rook takes d6. Now, what are the implications of rook takes d6? Well, in the game, king takes d6 was chosen, allowing the fork. And after taking, actually, black disconnected and forfeited. Poor Fernandez, he was probably gutted. But what happens after queen takes a2? Queen takes a2, let's also have a look at that. Queen c5 is an absolute killer, not minding giving away the rook. Well, this is going to just be a mate, isn't it? Rook e6, then queen e5, okay, that's a killing mate. So the whole game was short and sweet. And you might think, this is all just coincidence, this is just speculation. Well, it's just funny though, for someone to crush the rank 7 on the 5-minute ICC auto pairing like this, in this manner. The moves all make sense, and you might think they're quite easy, they're quite forceful moves. You would think you could play these moves, that really black just overloaded the knight, and that's possible. It's got to be said, it's possible, but it is like perfect play from white to punish black at the same time. So knight eg4, white takes on g4, takes on e7, and then h3, knowing perhaps that the queen's overloading, protecting the knight on f2, so inviting knight f2. On knight f6, actually, let's just check. If knight f6, probably e5 looks disastrous for black. Well, it's a big advantage anyway. Say like this. The black king's facing a major exposure in the centre. Horrible. Brutal. So it seems to be a very, very dangerous line anyway, if you want to try this out as white, this line. So the black queen really not that useful on b6 because it's a tactical target for the two knights, it seems. The first knight goes into a4, the second knight goes into a5. So encouraging here after queen c7, because d6 had to be held on to, that's the problem. But now comes queen takes f2, which happens to support knight b6. So it is an unfortunate total disaster for black that knight b6 is supported, which means the knockout blow rook takes d6 is playable. So this is how the rank 7 on the ICC 5-minute auto pairing got destroyed yesterday. I am D Fernandez. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.